Under a stormy sky, a desolate battlefield reveals the figures of Kael and Elira, facing the god's wrath. Kael's eyes glow with divine energy, reflecting the immense power he wields. Elira's mortal resolve shines brightly against the backdrop of godly chaos. Another lightning strike illuminates the battlefield, revealing the full extent of the devastation. Kael raises his hand, preparing to unleash his own divine power against the gods. Elira stands firm, her gaze unwavering as she supports Kael in their defiance. The storm rages on, mirroring the epic clash about to unfold between mortal and divine. Kael's power surges, a beacon of defiance against the gods' overwhelming force. Elira's courage shines through, a testament to the strength of the human spirit. Debris continues to swirl around them, a constant reminder of the destruction and chaos. Kael's expression is grim, knowing the immense challenge that lies ahead. Lightning illuminates the ravaged landscape, highlighting the overwhelming power of the gods. Elira's resolve is unwavering, ready to face whatever comes with Kael by her side. The battlefield trembles as the god's power reaches its peak, threatening to consume them all. Kael unleashes his power, a blinding light erupting from his very being. Elira stands her ground, her spirit unbroken as she faces the divine onslaught. The clash of mortal and divine power creates a vortex of energy, tearing through the battlefield. Kael and Elira stand defiant, their combined strength challenging the might of the gods. The storm reaches its crescendo, mirroring the epic struggle for survival. Divine energy crackles through the air, debris swirling around Kael and Elira. The scene is chaotic, visually emphasizing the gods' might. Elira stands resolute beside Kael, facing the storm with unwavering determination. Flashes of light reveal the destruction wrought upon the battlefield, a testament to divine fury. Kael's expression hardens as he prepares to confront the oncoming divine assault. Elira's grip tightens, her knuckles white as she steels herself for the battle. The air crackles with anticipation as the god's power intensifies, threatening to overwhelm them. Kael leads a wounded Elira into the sanctuary, a place of ancient power. Flickering candles dance across the stone walls, revealing the desperation in their eyes. This place, it's the only way, Kael says, his voice echoing in the ancient space. I begin to explain the blood pact, my voice heavy with urgency and regret. A blood pact? What does that mean? Elira asks, her voice trembling with fear. Elira listens intently, her face a mask of fear and determination. The air hangs thick with secrecy, shrouding them in the sanctuary's ancient embrace. A sunlit meadow flickers into view, where young Elira laughs with her family. The idyllic scene begins to dissolve, its edges blurring, a visual representation of fading memories. The vibrant colors of the meadow dim, replaced by a hazy, incomplete image. The laughter fades, the figures blur, and the meadow slowly disappears, leaving only a ghostly echo. The scene is now a fragmented memory, a visual cue to the pact's devastating consequences. Elira begins her training with Kael, grappling with her newly awakened divine power. Elira practices a series of complex movements, channeling her power with increasing precision. She stumbles, momentarily losing control, but quickly regains her focus. With renewed determination, Elira continues her training, pushing herself to new heights. The sun beats down on the training grounds, casting long shadows as Elira perseveres. Sweat glistens on her brow as she pushes through the pain and exhaustion. Kael nods in approval, recognizing Elira's unwavering commitment to mastering her power. Elira takes a deep breath, centering herself before attempting a particularly challenging maneuver. She leaps into the air, unleashing a torrent of energy that shatters the silence of the training grounds. Landing gracefully, she surveys the scene, a sense of accomplishment washing over her. But the sadness in her eyes remains, a reminder of the sacrifices she has made. Initially faltering, she struggles to command the surging energies within. Kael approaches, offering words of encouragement and support. Together, they continue to train, preparing for the challenges that lie ahead. Elira focuses, her sadness momentarily forgotten as she embraces her destiny. The training grounds become a sanctuary, a place of growth and transformation. With each passing day, Elira grows stronger, both in power and in spirit. She is ready to face whatever challenges may come, armed with her divine power and unwavering resolve. Slowly, Elira gains control, unleashing bursts of raw energy that illuminate the training grounds. Her movements grow more assured, each step resonating with newfound strength. Yet, beneath the surface of her growing power, a subtle sadness lingers in her eyes. The vast training grounds stretch out before her, a testament to the limitless potential of her abilities. She closes her eyes, focusing on the energy flowing through her veins. Opening her eyes, she unleashes a powerful surge of energy, testing the limits of her control. Kael watches intently, offering guidance and support as Elira hones her skills. Elira steps into a dreamscape where memories fragment and reality blurs. Shadows dance in the corners of her vision, taking on familiar yet menacing forms. The air grows heavy, filled with the weight of unspoken words and unresolved conflicts. A door appears in the distance, offering a glimmer of hope amidst the chaos. Elira hesitates, unsure whether to trust the promise it holds. The door beckons, its light growing brighter, pulling her closer. Elira reaches for the handle, her fingers trembling with anticipation and fear. She pushes the door open, stepping into the unknown. The dreamscape shifts again, revealing a new landscape of surreal beauty and terror. Twisted trees reach towards the sky, their branches adorned with eyes that watch her every move. A river of tears flows through the landscape, carrying the weight of forgotten sorrows. Faces morph into indistinct shapes, voices echo into silence, and familiar places distort beyond recognition. The air crackles with electricity, a storm of emotions brewing on the horizon. Elira closes her eyes, bracing herself for the storm to come. When she opens them again, the landscape has transformed once more. She finds herself standing in a field of wildflowers, bathed in the soft glow of twilight. A sense of peace washes over her, a brief respite from the chaos of the dream. But even in this moment of tranquility, she knows that the dream is not yet over. The dreamscape waits, ready to plunge her back into the depths of her own mind. Elira reaches out, grasping for something solid, but finds only emptiness. Her hands pass through empty space, symbolizing her growing confusion and loss of identity. The labyrinth of fragmented memories twists and turns, trapping Elira in its disorienting embrace. Echoes of laughter and tears mingle, creating a symphony of disorientation. The ground beneath her feet shifts, turning solid paths into treacherous quicksand. Elira's reflection flickers in distorted mirrors, each showing a different version of herself. Whispers surround her, voices from the past and present, merging into an unintelligible chorus. In the opulent royal court, Elira stands, radiating authority as she resolves a complex political dispute. She is a puppet master, pulling the strings of power, but her own heart remains untouched, unmoved. The weight of the kingdom rests on her shoulders, a burden she carries with stoic resolve, but also with a sense of profound loneliness. She is a queen, but also a woman, yearning for connection, for understanding, for something more than power. The court is silent, waiting for her next command, but she hesitates, caught between duty and desire. She is a queen, but also a pawn, manipulated by forces beyond her control, trapped in a game she cannot win. The court is a stage, and she is an actress, playing a role she did not choose, but one she must fulfill. She is a queen, but also a prisoner, confined within the walls of her own making, forever bound to the throne. The court is a reflection of her own soul, opulent and grand, but also cold and empty. She is a queen, but also a ghost, haunting the halls of her own palace, forever searching for something she cannot find. The court is a prison, and she is the warden, forever guarding the secrets of her own heart. Her movements are precise, her decisions swift, yet a sense of detachment lingers. She is a queen, but also a warrior, fighting a battle she cannot win, against an enemy she cannot defeat. The court is a battlefield, and she is the commander, leading her troops into a war she cannot hope to survive. She is a queen, but also a martyr, sacrificing herself for the sake of her kingdom, for the sake of her people. The court is a tomb, and she is the sacrifice, offering herself up to the gods in exchange for the salvation of her realm. She is a queen, but also a legend, her name forever etched in the annals of history, a symbol of power, of sacrifice, of loss. She navigates the intricate web of power with practiced ease, but her eyes betray a hint of weariness. The court is filled with courtiers, their faces a mix of awe and apprehension as they watch Elira. The weight of her crown seems to press down on her, a symbol of both her power and her solitude. The opulent surroundings serve as a stark reminder of her elevated status, yet they also emphasize her isolation. She is a queen, but also a prisoner of her own making, trapped within the gilded cage of her own power. Her voice echoes through the hall, commanding attention, but her words lack warmth, devoid of genuine connection. The courtiers bow before her. Their gestures of respect feel hollow, devoid of true loyalty. A tender moment flickers into existence, shared with a loved one, yet it is fragmented and incomplete. Details slip away like sand, leaving only the emotional charge of personal loss. In the dimly lit sanctuary, Elira confronts Kael, her fury palpable. The air is thick with unspoken accusations, the sanctuary's refuge now a sterile battleground. Elira's voice cracks with betrayal. "You stole my memories. You turned me into someone I don't recognize." Kael responds, his tone laced with desperation. "I did it to save you, Elira." The dreamscape transforms into a desolate wasteland, stripped of color and vitality. I stand alone, enveloped by swirling shadows, a solitary figure in a lifeless expanse. I cry out, my voice swallowed by the oppressive darkness, a desperate plea lost in the void. This scene embodies the near-total erasure of my identity, a chilling testament to loss. On the ancient battlefield, Elira and Kael stand as silhouettes against the torchlight, a new darkness looming. Elira raises her hands, power surging, but a flicker of doubt clouds her resolve. The battlefield is a maelstrom of clashing steel and desperate cries. Elira's internal struggle intensifies amidst the chaos. In the depths of memory, Elira catches a glimpse of her own face reflected in a mirror. The image flickers, indistinct yet undeniably her own. She clutches at this fragment, a final anchor to her identity. From this last vestige, she draws strength. Elira's choice is made, and the battlefield holds its breath. I channel my power, directing it not to destroy, but to sever the ancient blood pact binding us to Kael. Divine energy erupts around me, a visible torrent of power. The surge of power dissipates, leaving me weakened but free. The battlefield falls into an unnatural silence, as if the very earth is listening. In the quiet sanctuary, Elira sits, mortal once more, bathed in a ray of sunlight. Stripped of her power, she finds solace in simply being herself. The sanctuary radiates peace, offering healing and a chance for renewal.